A machine learning project involves a number of steps. The first step is to import our data, which often comes in the form of a CSV file. You might have a database with lots of data. We can simply export that data and store it in a CSV file for the purpose of our machine learning project. So we import our data. Next, we need to clean it. And this involves tasks such as removing duplicated data. If we have duplicates in the data, we don't want to feed this to our model because otherwise our model will learn bad patterns in the data and it will produce the wrong result. So we should make sure that our input data is in a good and clean shape. If there are data that is irrelevant, we should remove them. If they're duplicated or incomplete, we can remove or modify them. If our data is text-based, like the name of countries or genres of music or cats and dogs, we need to convert them to numerical values. So this step really depends on the kind of data we're working with. Every project is different. Now that we have a clean data set, we need to split it into two segments, one for training our model and the other for testing it to make sure that our model produces the right result. For example, if you have 1,000 pictures of cats and dogs, we can reserve 80% for training and the other 20% for testing. The next step is to create a model, and this involves selecting an algorithm to analyze the data. There's so many different machine learning algorithms out there, such as decision trees, neural networks, and so on. Each algorithm has pros and cons in terms of accuracy and performance. So the algorithm you choose depends on the kind of problem you're trying to solve and your input data. Now, the good news is that we don't have to explicitly program an algorithm. There are libraries out there that provide these algorithms. One of the most popular ones, which we're going to look at in this tutorial, is scikit-learn. So we build a model using an algorithm. Next, we need to train our model. So we feed it our training data. Our model will then look for the patterns in the data. So next, we can ask it to make predictions. Back to our example of cats and dogs, we can ask our model, is this a cat or a dog? And our model will make a prediction. Now, the prediction is not always accurate. In fact, when you start out, it's very likely that your predictions are inaccurate. So we need to evaluate the predictions and measure their accuracy. Then we need to get back to our model and either select a different algorithm that is going to produce a more accurate result for the kind of problem we're trying to solve, or fine-tune the parameters of our model. So each algorithm has parameters that we can modify to optimize the accuracy. So these are the high-level steps that you follow in a machine learning project. Next, we'll look at the libraries and tools for machine learning.